Hello, lovely ladies. Today I'll be talking about on the subject of twin flames and soulmates. Apparently they're cousins. If you don't know me and you're new to my channel, my name is Rhea. I'm a dating and relationship coach and an NLP practitioner. In the past year, there's been a lot of talk about twin flames. What does it mean? What are the signs that you've recognized your twin flames? And there's been a Netflix documentary about twin flames. Share in the comments if you've seen it and what you think about it. So I've been searching on the internet about twin flames. So I just searched signs you've met your twin flames, and look, on Forbes they've talked about it. Feeling an inner pull towards that person, feeling as though you have met before or always known each other. When passion generated, shared level of commitment. Oh my God, look at that. Forbes, Brides, Healthline, how to tell if you've met your twin flame. Mind Body Queen, Very Well Mind, Brides. 3 dark signs you've met your twin flames. Marriage.com. Are people going crazy about this or what? This is like ridiculous. Seriously. And what I wanted to share about it is that I think it's a load of rubbish. Yes. I mean, it's not completely load of rubbish, but for those who are trying to convince themselves that they have huge chemistry with a guy and that means that this person is the love of their life, I would like to share with you this book, Getting the Love You Want, by Harville Hendrix and his wife, Helen Hunt, both PhD, and they're the founders of Imago therapy. So the signs that you have met your twin flames, according to these articles, are... They're talking about instant recognition and intense attraction, synchronicity, intense emotion, amplified insecurities and doubts, feeling drawn to the other person. The relationship is turbulent. You're on again, off again. You're inspired to be a better person. That one I like. So all of this is when you have super, super intense attraction to each other, which is, all of these are triggered. Yeah, of course, you're going to have doubt and you're going to feel intense emotions and you're going to be drawn to the other person and, the on and off thing. So these are some of the examples signs that you've met your twin flame. Like, in how many relationships have you already experienced this? I'm pretty sure more than one if you're over 40. But what is the definition of limerence? I want you to look that up. Infatuation, limerence. And why is it that with certain people we feel that immense attraction at the beginning, which a lot of people refer to chemistry, and with some we don't? And I invite you to reflect and add in the comments and share. Have you found that those relationships where you've had that strong chemistry or attraction, how did they end up? Because I can guarantee you that 9 out of 10 did not end up very well. And based on the Imago therapy and what Dr. Harville Hendrix, PhD, explains, who's a founder of Imago therapy, is that we are attracted. We have a kind of old brain and new brain, in a way, if you like it, or conscious brain and subconscious or unconscious brain. Some people may not agree with that. It's very Freudian and psychoanalytic. But the old brain is the brain which is actually timeless. That means that whatever we've recorded in the past, sometimes we may actually associate it to it in the present. And the Imago therapy believes, which I completely agree with to a large extent, that we are attracted to our partners based on the negative and positive traits they have in common with our primary caretakers. So if you, for instance, had a controlling mother, you might get attracted to a controlling man or vice versa. And if you had an emotionally distant mother, you would get attracted to an emotionally distant man. And the way this plays out in the dynamic of the relationship is, without you knowing, there is what they call imago, that is like a silhouette of the person and the caregiver traits that you remember from your childhood, which you have in your mind, in your subconscious mind, and that kind of you project it onto the person. There are those similarities, both negative and positive, and you want to heal those childhood wounds. If your mom was very controlling and you didn't feel heard, if she was emotionally distant or neglected you, you want to get those feelings healed. So you go in your adult life and you project that image onto the person in front of you who has the similar traits, and you get attracted to them to try to heal that wound. So you want to be heard by them. You want to be seen by them. You want them to give that attention that you've been craving when you were little. You may not just even imagine or believe that that's the case, but it is happening in the background for you. So when people are talking about twin flames, where there's that sudden chemical rush of whatever they want to explain it. Yes, dopamine and all those kind of feel-good feelings and hormones that are generated. I'm not negating that. That happens. But the reason that happens is because of the attraction. And the reason the attraction happens is because you have projected that image onto that person who resembles that image. And because you want to feel this connection, this need for connection, joyful feeling of feeling alive that we're after, that we had in our childhood. So we want to heal those wounds. We go towards those people and we get attracted to them. But because they have the similar traits as our primary caregivers, where we feel those weaknesses and lacks, we will after a while start getting into the triggers that then will cause lots of power struggles. And that's where the real work begins. So for those of you who believe that once you meet that guy, talking to the ladies in a heterosexual context, and he is fulfilling that whole emotional chemistry, especially at the beginning, and then you wonder 3 months down the line, 4 months down the line, why are we fighting so much? And my God, this is not working. And then enough, after a year of trying, next one. That's not going to work. Twin flames may exist in a certain way that people define them in, meaning they're high chemistry, but that's limerence. But the reason you're getting attracted is not because they're going to fulfill your every wish, or that they're your soulmate, or they're your twin flame and you're going to get married with each other. It's because you have childhood wounds that you haven't healed, and that person with those characteristics in front of you comes to fulfill that need in you. And that's where the real work begins. And that's why these people were really pioneers in their time, in the 80s, where they came up with this Imago therapy, where you can actually do a bunch of exercises, which are at the end of this book, which are really helpful. I'm actually going through them with my own partner. And in my experience, we were attracted to each other, but the attraction was not to the level that, oh, I cannot live without this person. I absolutely have to have this person in my life. But there was attraction. And once we started going down the journey of our relationship, we realized that definitely I had certain traits that his mom had, and he has certain traits that I have. But there's another also part that's quite interesting, is about the lost self. There's all the Freudian part about the psychoanalytic part of it, of how much we suppress things when we are children in order to fit in order to, please our parents. And the parts of us and the traits that we suppress are also traits that we get attracted to in a person. That is also part of the twin flame, I think, in my analysis, where you might also be attracted to traits that you want to develop in yourself. So for instance, if you're an introvert and you love the extrovert socializing part of a person and you want to have that in yourself, you might get attracted to that quite immensely. So yes, twin flames may have a certain significance if you look at it from a psychological point of view, but not in the way that the internet and everybody is portraying it, meaning that you meet the person and they're your soulmate and basically you hit it off and there's no more work for you to do on yourself and on your relationship. So if you like what I'm talking about and the psychological insights of what's going on out there in the dating and relationship world, make sure you subscribe to my channel. Continue also following me on Instagram at datingstories.rhea, and I look forward to having you on my channel again. And please do share your ideas about what you think about twin flames, whether you believe that it exists, and what your experience has been. I'm very keen to hear from you in the comments below.